Okay, so I'm going to go through this one. What it wants us to do is it says the number of crimes that occurred in a city per 1,000 people has decreased from 46.3 in 1920 to 46.0 in 1935. Find the average rate of change in the number of crimes per 1,000 people that occurred from 1920 to 1935. It says the average rate of change was. This is something you should be looking out for. Whenever you see average rate of change, you know that you're going to be working with the slope. And then the other thing that is important for these types of problems is whenever you see time, like 1920 or 1935 are years, these are going to be x values. So the first thing we want to do is we want to extract some points from this problem so that we can find the slope. So you see we have 46.3 in 1920. That's going to give us a point. So let's bring up a Word document and let's create a couple points. So it says 1920, the number of crimes was 46.3. So 1920 is our x value and 46.3 is our y value. And then in 1935, 46 crimes per 1,000 people. So in 1935, we have 46.0 crimes. And then I'd worked on this problem once already, so let's I'm going to go ahead and delete that. But what we're going to do is we're going to do slope. And remember, slope is the equation. Remember, it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We're just using slope here. So it's going to be 46.0 minus 46.3. So that's y2 minus y1 over x2 is 1935 minus x1 is 1920. And now let's simplify this. So when we simplify this, when I do 46 minus 46.3, it's going to give me, on top, I'm going to have a negative 0.3. And 1935 minus 1920 is 15. Oops, 15. So when we simplify this, negative 0.3 over 15. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a look. It says round to the nearest hundredth. So I'm going to go to my calculator, I'm going to clear this out, and I'm going to put in, what was my fraction? I had negative 0.3 over 15. So negative 0.3 over 15, and I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, and it says negative 0.02. So remember, rounded to the nearest hundredth is 2 decimals, so negative 0.02. So now we need a unit here, and I went ahead and did this, but take a look at this fraction back on when we were working this out. So on top we had the number of crimes, right? And the number of crimes per 1,000 people, and on the bottom we had years. So the unit should be crimes per 1,000 people, since that was on top, and then per, and then years are on the bottom, so that goes on the bottom.